Chapter 62-93. Therefore, when Changing decided to leave East Cliff with his wife and children and go to Orus Hill, Zheng Qiuan did not think that Orus Hill would be the burial place of his son. He even felt that his son seemed to be a little too angry during that time. And it would be a good thing for him to go to Orus Hill to relax and cultivate his character. But he never expected that the trip he thought of to relax would become the beginning of the separation of the father and son. Neither the Wade family nor the Yin family knew that Margaret survived Changing's meticulous plan. So when the bad news reached the two families, Zheng Qiuan beat his chest and stamped his feet. Regretting it, the Yin family hated Zheng Qiuan. Because the Yin family felt that it was because Zheng Qiuan drove away Changing's family, and their daughter died in a foreign land and their grandson disappeared. It was not until Charlie appeared that both of them figured out the truth. In fact, Changing's death was not caused by Zheng Qiuan. But Changing and Margaret did not want to implicate the two families. So they took the initiative to become enemies with the Rothschild family and were driven out of the Wade family by Zheng Qiuan. All of this was planned by Changing and Margaret. Zheng Qiuan was just a pawn in their design. But he had been carrying it for 20 years. The Yin family knew this, so how could they continue to resent him? The fact is that after the Yin family knew this, not only did they not hate Zheng Qiuan at all, but they even felt guilty for targeting him overtly and covertly for so many years. Today, Zheng Qiuan came to Orus Hill. Nicholas was determined to bring his whole family to the airport to pick him up. But Charlie dispelled his idea on the grounds that the Yin family was not suitable for collective exposure. However, although Nicholas did not come to the airport, he had asked his wife and children to prepare carefully at home for a long time. The family prepared a sumptuous family dinner together, just waiting for Charlie to pick up Zheng Qiuan. Since this was a low-key trip, Zheng Qiuan did not bring any entourage. Charlie just drove an inconspicuous BMW sedan to pick up the old man from the airport. And the two of them went straight to the Champs Elysees hot spring villa in the suburbs. When Charlie drove the car to the door of the villa, before the car stopped, all the Yin family members came out of the villa. Nicholas and his wife supported each other and walked in front, followed by their 4 children. And even Duncan came out to greet them. Zheng Qiuan in the car was surprised to see the Yin family coming out to greet him. He was a little nervous. He subconsciously unbuckled his seatbelt while the car was still slowing down. And then he went to open the door. The moment the seatbelt reminder sounded, Charlie also stopped the car completely. Zheng Qiuan opened the door almost at the same time as Charlie stopped the car and got out of the car impatiently. Nicholas couldn't help but walk a few steps faster. When Zheng Qiuan got out of the car, he stretched out his hands to him and said with emotion, "Brother Wade, how have you been all these years?" Zheng Qiuan shook hands with him, nodded slightly and said, "Brethren, how have you been?" After these 2 simple greetings, the 2 old men's clasped hands had already swung up and down many times. Charlie's grandmother also stepped forward and said politely, "Brother Wade, long time no see." Zheng Qiuan nodded to her and smiled. "Is sister-in-law doing well these years?" "Very well." The old lady nodded and quickly said to the children behind her, "Don't stand there, say hello to Uncle Wade." Charlie's 3 uncles and aunt also said in unison, "Hello, Uncle Wade." Zheng Qiuan nodded to the 4 of them, smiled, and sighed. "Hello to you too. I haven't seen you for so many years. You have all changed a lot." Marshall said respectfully, "Uncle, when we met before, we were all young and vigorous. But now we have gradually entered the sequence of middle-aged and elderly people." Zheng Qiuan sighed, "Flowers will bloom again, but people will never be young again. As long as there are no regrets in your heart, it doesn't matter if you get old." Marshall nodded, "Uncle, you are right." Seeing Charlie also got out of the car, Nicholas quickly said to everyone, "Let's go in and eat and talk. The food and wine are ready." After saying that, he looked at Zheng Chuan again and said seriously, "Brother Wade, we must have a few drinks together tonight."